Hey guys, this is Natalie from Inspired Alignment. I am coming on today to do a twin flame energy reading. I am going to talk a little bit at the beginning of this video because I feel like it's an important message that needs to get out there. I've been a little on the fence about how I'm going to continue with the twin flame readings, and I still am kind of up in the air about it because my perception of it has changed, as it does very often throughout this journey. But today, first thing in the morning, I was getting just bombarded with different messages and different things that I felt like I needed to share and put out there for more people to hear. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. Today is Mother's Day, so I hope all of the moms out there have a wonderful Mother's Day. But I want to say that as I'm going to do this reading for the masculine energy of the Twin Flame Collective, that you can, depending on where you are in this journey, is how you're going to resonate with the reading. So this could be a specific person who plays a masculine role in your life. It could be numerous masculine energies that you interact with on a daily basis, and it is the masculine energy within yourself. And I think all three of these pieces are very important and they play a role within our lives. But I think depending on where you are in the journey, you tend to maybe resonate with it in a different way. So take it however it resonates for you during this time. Also, I want to say that as a whole planet, as a collective whole, we are having to balance this masculine and feminine energy because the divine feminine energy is waking up. It's rising up for everybody on the planet. And I think that some of us have chosen to balance these energies out within our own personal lives by meeting a particular person who plays either a feminine or a masculine role within our lives that kind of come up as a divine feminine or masculine. Some of us have not chosen to do it in that way. So I think that that's kind of where we get this like twin flame label from, is that some of us have chosen to do this with specific people. But with everything, it is very important to not hold on to attachment with these specific relationships, because I think for many of us, the point of them to come into our lives is to help us gain this balance during this time so that we can hold the light and help everybody else in our collective energy and in our like social groups and family and all the people around us, so we can help them also rise up and balance this energy within themselves. So I don't know, I felt like this was an important message to kind of put out there. I'm going to do a reading for the divine masculine energy during this time because that seemed to be what came out the strongest this morning. I will do one for divine feminine because I think it is equally as important. And sometimes I feel like it's even more important because that is what is rising up within the collective right now, and it's creating so much confusion in not only feminine's lives but also in the masculine energies lives as well, because they are not used to this type of energy. And it is creating a little bit of chaos and some confusion with all people. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the masculine energy, and I will try to post the feminine energy today. If not, I will do it tomorrow. Okay, so let's see what is going on. Spirit, what do we need to know about the masculine energy for the Twin Flame Collective? What are the most important messages that we need to know during this time about the masculine energy for the Twin Flame Collective? Okay, the first card we have is emotion and intellect. Second card is the Nine of Earth. And then we have desire. And then under the deck we have the Five of Water, union, and the 10 of air and the 10 of earth, and the 8 of fire. So I'm going to take all of these. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for the masculine energy is that, again, I feel like there is this feminine type of energy that is kind of rising up within them, hence why we have this emotion and intellect card. Because I feel like they are having to face things, or, you know, the masculine energy within us, or just the people that we deal with on a daily basis that hold a masculine type of an energy are having to kind of deal with and face more of this emotional type of an energy coming up within them. And I feel like there's like this need or this desire to balance the way that they think logically with the emotions that are coming up within them. And I think for some, this is challenging. Because they're not used to operating through emotion. They are used to just kind of operating with the mind, and now they're being kind of forced to deal with this on a more emotional level and have it make sense to them through their logical side. So with this 9 of earth, I'm getting kind of like mixed messages here. I definitely feel a feminine energy coming from this. Like, again, like I feel like it's like kind of being forced. It's rising up within the masculine collective. And I think it's creating maybe like some epiphanies, some realizations. I see this like it's almost like this divine feminine energy is like gifting like the masculine, basically, and trying to like soothe their energy a little bit during this time. I feel like it's like it's almost like this is a gift, you know, in trying to like soothe like some of that fear and anxiety that's coming up. I almost pick up like a Mary Magdalene type of energy from this card. Or Sister of the Rose, I think it's called. Like that, there's like this very strong feminine energy that's coming in a very loving and caring way to try and kind of like soothe whatever fears and negative type of emotions that are coming up. And then here we have desire, which I feel like a lot of the masculines are thinking about things that they desire because they're having to reflect on some of these emotions that are coming up to the surface. They're really having to kind of review and think about what it is that they really do desire within their life, because what they thought that they desired is turning out to be not exactly what they actually desire, or what they're being shown through their emotions that they desire. And I feel like there's like a lot of self-reflection here, and really kind of thinking and reviewing about what it is that they actually want. So underneath the deck, we had the 5 of water, union, the 10 of air, 10 of earth, and the 8 of fire. So here I feel like there definitely has been some releasing of emotions, some things that have come up to the surface that were sad, or just like a negative type of an emotion. I get like sadness and depression here. It could be because there was maybe there was something that happened within their life, an ending of some sort with a particular relationship, and they're having to release that during this time. I also feel like this release of emotion and this recognizing of it is kind of bringing them more into union and into balance with the masculine and feminine energies. But because of that, it's creating endings within their lives. They're looking at things from a new perspective, because they're being shown things that are like, it's almost, I'm getting like for some people their third eye has opened, and now it's like their perception, or their perception is shifting, and they're starting to see things in a different way. I feel like they're starting to see women in a different way, maybe a particular woman in their life in a certain way. And I do feel like there's like some kind of spiritual communication here. Some masculine energies could have experienced like telepathy or messages that they felt like were coming from a feminine figure within their life. But I definitely feel like this is more on like a spiritual level, rather than a physical communication. And that I think is also helping them to look at things in a different way. It's almost like there's this realization that there's really like this whole other world, or there's just something else going on here. So let's see what other information we can get here for the energy of divine masculine within the Twin Flame Collective. What other messages do we need to know about the messages that have just been given? Okay. So what do we need to know about the emotion and intellect? What is this emotion and intellect about? Okay, we have strength. So yeah, very much kind of like what I was saying, like them having to kind of have the strength to be in these emotions. I feel like it feels like they have to be vulnerable, it's uncomfortable, and they're kind of being forced or pushed into having to have the strength to deal with this. And really face it kind of head on here and try and figure it out and balance it out between like the head and the heart, and get kind of like some control over what is happening. Let's see what this Nine of Earth is about. What do we need to know about the Nine of Earth? Okay, this card wants to come out, but I'm going to pull another one for Nine of Earth. Okay, yeah, so Six of Swords, and it does kind of go with this Hangman. I feel like they are being guided by either their own femininity, their own feminine energy, or feminine figures within their life. For some of you guys that resonate with like specific twin flame people, this could be the divine feminine is somehow guiding them into a different direction, into having a different perspective. They are being led by this feminine energy. And I do get this feeling of like slowness, like it's not happening super quickly, but I feel like it needs to be slow, because there needs to be a lot of understanding throughout this process. And we can't do it very quickly because there wouldn't be a full understanding. But I do feel like it's like a gift from feminine energy, of like this guidance, like just, like just let go and follow me, like, take my hand, I will lead you to where you need to be. And I also feel like, the masculines are having to like kind of give up this control, of wanting to always, be the leader, or, always have control over like where it is that they're headed. Like they're kind of having to give this up and allow the feminine energy to lead them in the correct direction. Because I feel like this is an area of confusion for them. They don't even know really what to make of this. So it's almost like a surrender. It's very interesting. Okay, so let's see what this Desire card is about. What is this Desire card about for the masculine energy? Okay, we have the Tower moment. Again, I feel like this is really a reflection time of what it is that is truly desired. Because I feel like there's been a buildup of things that they thought they desired, specifically on a material level. So they desired a certain kind of a house, a certain kind of a car, a certain job, a certain kind of relationship. All of this like really tangible, physical type of stuff. But I feel like there is conflict that is happening. There are these tower moments that are happening because it's not truly what their soul desires. That's them being very planted into this masculine energy, and with this feminine energy rising up, it's causing upheaval in the things around them in their life, and they're having to reflect on what is it that I truly desire here, because what I thought I desired is kind of being it's crumbling to the ground. It's not working. There's too much conflict. It's not resonating with them anymore, and they're having to really kind of reflect on what it is that they truly desire during this time. Okay, so let's get some information on the Five of Water. What is this Five of Water? Okay, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, having to release and let go of things that are dissipating within their lives, things that are falling apart on a material level. This is causing this, I feel like it's like going hand in hand, like because they're resonating, or they're starting to have more of this feminine type of energy, it's collapsing the things around them, which is putting them even more into this feminine energy, because they're having to face the emotions that are attached to this life that they thought that they were creating, and that they thought that they wanted. It's definitely I feel like a time of like tower moments or destruction. But it's all happening, and there's this really like light kind of like feminine energy here that's like guiding this. But right now I feel like there's definitely some upheaval going on here. There's some endings taking place, because their vibration and their resonance is no longer vibrating with the things that they've created in the outside world. Okay, what do we need to know about this Union card? Okay, yeah, the Four of Wands. So definitely I feel like many people are in recognition, or at least the people that are watching this video, that there is a realization or a recognition of some kind of like a soul bond or a soul tie, or there's something of importance happening on a whole other level within their life, something that they can't exactly see in the physical world. And there's definitely this recognition that something else is playing a part here. It's not just I have to see it to believe it. They're really getting, I feel like, spiritual messages, or they just have more of an understanding of something else is at play here. And it's through, I think, some of this destruction, some of the reflection on the emotions and the desires, that they're coming to this realization and recognition. So what is this Ten of Air about for the masculine energy? Okay, yeah, surrendering. Having to surrender to the changes that are happening, having to learn to have a different perspective on what is going on within their lives. Yeah, this is definitely like the process of surrendering, which I feel like some are right at this, like this moment of full surrender. And it's like when you get into these cycles where you kind of go through these darker tower moments, it's sometimes it can be a longer process. And right when you finally give it all up and surrender it all up, to the universe, and you just kind of release that need to have control, you suddenly will shift and see things a lot differently, and understand things in a different way. And I feel like that's like right where this group of masculine energy is. It's right on the verge of finally giving up that control and surrendering and seeing things in a new way. So what is this Ten of Earth? What do we need to know about the Ten of Earth? Okay, I feel like some of the masculines are wanting to come forward, or communicate what they are going through or what they have learned, to maybe a specific female, or just to other feminine energies that can kind of understand this. For some of you guys, I do feel like it could be a specific person that they are wanting to really, like, I get this this feeling of urgency, like they just want to talk about something that they've experienced. They want to let people know, or a particular person know, that they've gone through something that has been life changing. They want to communicate it. Okay, what is this Eight of Wands about? This Eight of Fire? What is this Eight of Fire? Okay, here we have the Empress, another divine feminine energy. So I do feel like there has been spiritual communication, whether it be through dreams, telepathy, synchronicity, music, just different things that there's like this feminine energy that many of the masculines may connect to a specific female person in their life. And it's reminding them of that person, but there's like these messages coming through from the feminine energy, and they're picking up on this, they're recognizing this. And I do feel like, for this group of people, that they are attaching it to a specific female. And they're recognizing this, like they're seeing these things happening that are kind of unexplainable. They're receiving messages from a feminine type of an energy, and it's on like a higher level. It's on a spiritual level. Okay, so let's see what else we can get here for masculine energy. All right, what else does the masculine energy need to know within the Twin Flame Collective? What other messages do we have for the masculines? Okay, so decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. Definitely, I feel like it's like in this, it's in this time of having to release things that are holding them back, and having like worry and fear over this. But it's like a process of detox. These things are being released from their life because it's no longer resonating with them. And they are kind of dealing with some fear and anxiety and worry here. And I feel like there's this like feminine type of energy that's coming in to try and help them soothe that. And then under the deck we have the Eight of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. So I feel like for some of them, for most in this reading, they're coming into this realization of like some other things being at play here, whether they truly understand exactly what that means or not. There's like this awareness that there's something else going on here. And I feel like, they're trying to navigate their way through that. I feel like some are trying to research some things and figure out more information on like what is really happening here. And I feel like that they're being guided by not only their higher self, but also like feminine type of energies, whether that be divine feminine or other feminine energies that are important to them. They're being guided by also their higher self. Like there's like an intervention, like, when you see a synchronicity on the clock and you turn your head to look at that synchronicity, that's like our higher self guiding us to look at the clock at that particular time. And I feel like here in this case, there's not only the masculine energy's higher self, but a feminine energy as well that is helping them to look at certain things, or giving them a nudge to, click on this or look at this, like guiding them to specific information that will help guide them through some of these more difficult times right now. Okay, so what other messages do we have for divine masculine energy? Okay, this one definitely wants to come. Rebirth, definitely rebirth, and then passion. So rebirth, reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, create a new reality. There's definitely the creation of a new reality going on here. For some, I feel like it's going a little bit slower than others. I think it just depends on the person, on, how open-minded they are, how stuck in this like masculine type of energy they are, as to how long it's going to take for them to fully have this rebirth, this surrender, and this new perspective. And then underneath the deck, we have passion. Do what excites you, get fired up about your life, and increase your energy levels. So I feel like there's definitely a guidance here to things that are more emotionally driven. Like they're being guided into particular areas, whether that be research or just different things to help guide them through this time. But it's coming from the heart. It's something that's a passion. It's something that's kind of driving them forward. I feel like some may have increased energy levels, on and off. I feel like it's intermittent. Like I feel like there might be burst of energy going on, and then it kind of goes back into this like releasing and surrendering energy, and then there's like a burst of energy. But I feel like during these times of increased energy, there's like something that's kind of driving them. There's a passion that's kind of pushing them forward in particular directions. Okay, so what other messages does the divine masculine energy need to know? Okay, alchemical mutation and Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. Definitely there's an alchemical mutation going on here. There is a activating of more knowledge. I feel like, like DNA, chakra activations, activation of the higher self. There's this like transmuting of more lower type of energy. Transcending and transmuting that energy so that more of like the feminine or more of the light type of energy can help fill them during this time. And like I said, I feel like it's like kind of like it's like each thing is creating more of it. Like, like there's this like emotion that comes up that creates a tower moment because it's no longer, their vibration no longer resonates with certain things, and then they deal with this ending and this chaos, and then they grieve from that. So it's like this constant like release and like uplifting, and then release and uplifting. And so that is causing, this alchemical mutation right now. It's changing them on a spiritual level, on a physical level, and I just feel like some of the masculine energies are not fully aware of this. Like they're just starting to kind of grasp the concept of kind of what's going on here. And then with the Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael, I again pick up this strong Mary Magdalene energy, this supportive type of energy that like they are here to support people who resonate more in the masculine energy through times that seem very tumultuous. And they are trying to soothe their energy and give them some relief during this time. I'm actually going to read something from the book on that card. Okay, so this says, for Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael, I call upon the healing grace of Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael who love me unconditionally. May my mind now gain rest, clearing, and refreshment. May I be assisted through unconditional love for mental healing and the development of my mind in service to my spiritual life purpose. Please help me to let go mentally to allow for positive healing changes to happen. I ask for the grace I need to access all helpful knowledge, understanding, and wisdom necessary for me to fulfill my divine purpose. May my mind become peaceful, clear, and refreshed. May all beings be free from mental anguish through the grace and unconditional love of the divine. Through my own free will, so be it. So very much what I was saying. There's just a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos. For some, there's some like heartbreak or sadness going on, and it's having to kind of be cleared out or cleared up. And there's like this assistance from the angels and the divine to help them to soothe that energy. So I hope that this reading made sense for you guys. I hope that it resonates in some way. Feel free to leave a comment as to like how it resonates. I'm trying to navigate different ways on how to do these readings. But I definitely felt guided and pushed to do this one today. So I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day and take care. See you soon.